So I got it interrupted there for a second. Let's talk about Emperor Phocas, because Emperor Phocas is going to get deposed October 5th, 610. Now, he had done a whole bunch of stuff when it came to fighting the Avars and the Slavs, his enemies. He pays them off, right? His the actual enemies of the Romans, Avars, Slavs, pays them off to stop their invasions. Now, his own people, the Christians, the Jews, the Miaphysites, which is a sect of Christians, he's killing the Jews, he's killing the Christians. He had a wholesale slaughter the previous house of Maurice, the previous emperor. So he kills not just Emperor Maurice, but also the sons and daughters, sons Tiberius and Theodosius. He executes every single one of them. Now, the person whose power is based upon violence is going to get overthrown by violence. What basis, what foundation do they have? When it comes to what the hell did he do? I can't see what the hell he did. He didn't do any land reform, no constitution, no elections, he didn't fix the homelessness. I don't even think he built aqueducts. Even Trajan, even Caligula built aqueducts. So Phocas didn't do a damn thing. Some of these historians are like, I think we've been a little too mean to Phocas. Phocas was the damn emperor of the Roman Empire, 602 AD to 610 AD. They also said he was just a mere centurion, which Roman army during classical antiquity, a centurion was a commander anomaly of a century, a military unit consisting originally of 100 legionnaires. So he had an army of 100. A centurion became the emperor. He loved Pope Gregory, so he put the Catholic Church. He was a Catholic bitch, but he apparently didn't like the Jewish folks or the Christians, especially the Miaphysites. He said the primacy of the Pope is this is when they were warlords. This is when the Catholics were warlords and they were just executing people left and right. People were mad. There were riots in cities. There was starvation, famine. So eventually he's going to get killed, and he's going to get killed pretty bad. He's executed on a ship. The sailors are going to chop him into pieces on the deck of a ship. Sailors chopped he chopped sailors. He was a pretty cruel person. All I can see is his cruelty. And then when he gets killed, it says here his arm and his head was cut off, and then he was impaled. His arm, his head's cut off. He's impaled, so he's put on a stick with his head's put on. His corpse is dragged all around Constantinople. So when Phocas was executed, let's see, the sailors had chopped him into pieces. So I don't know if he had been chopped into pieces, and it's, happened, 2,000 years ago. So you don't know exactly what had happened. Was he chopped into pieces on the deck of a ship and then impaled, and then they took the corpse off the ship and dragged him around Constantinople? He didn't do any major actions or any major reforms. They say that he was the end of classical antiquity a lot of times when Maurice was overthrown. It was Phocas that ended the Roman Empire. There was no more Roman Empire. Fucking Phocas. There was actually one thing that he did. He has the column of Phocas. It still stands. If you look at old Rome, and what is the column of Phocas? It literally is just one single column. It's kind of a Washington Monument, I guess. Like, what the hell is a Washington Monument? Can you walk in the Washington Monument? The column just looks like it's a big, phallic symbol to the sky. A pointless concrete phallic symbol. You can't walk up in it. You can't. It's a blight. It's a blight because a column is supposed to support something, and it's just sitting there when not supporting a damn thing. It's just part of history, I guess. So he was emperor for 8 years, and he built a column on top of all of his bloody, ordeals. So he put hospital in the center. Yes, instead of putting the police in the center, we should put the hospital in the center. He was no Justinian. He was no Marcus Aurelius. He wasn't a Caesar or Augustus. Emperor Phocas wasn't an Alexander the Great. He wasn't a Trajan. He wasn't even a Caligula. Caligula was terrible, but he built aqueducts. So I would say Phocas is probably one of the worst fucking emperors ever. Well, he paid his enemies off. Okay, so attack the Romans, get fucking paid. But if you happen to be, there was another guy, one of the generals, Narcissus. He had invited Narcissus to come into Constantinople to talk about whether or not he had defected to the other side. You paid the other side off. So in a way, didn't you defect by paying? You gave them money. You said, hey, guy, if I give you $1,000, you'll stop paying, or you'll stop attacking me? Sure, yeah. So he's paying, like the mafia for protection. And then when does that stop? In 10 more years, they're going to ask for more tribute. And in another 10 years, more tribute. And then eventually, they're just going to take you over. So Narcissus is Narses. He was a general. He invited him back into the thing. And then he ended up setting him on fire. He fucking burned him alive. Which, that's just such an overly cruel person for kind of no fucking reason. I guess if you're trying to be cruel and despotic and you want to put fear in the heart of man, then you have to murder fucking crazily. But then besides being a terrible, cruel, violent piece of shit, what did he do? Anything positive? No universal health care, no universal basic income, no social security, no schools were built. No public schools, no hospitals, no roads, no aqueducts. Nothing. What the fuck did he do? He didn't do a damn thing. He got nothing done. He killed Jewish folks. He killed Christians. He killed his own general. He himself had killed the previous emperor, and then he himself is going to get killed the exact same way. That almost sounds pretty just to me. You overthrew the damn empire, and then you put yourself in power, and you didn't do a damn thing. You put yourself in power after you overthrew the empire by violence. So the foundation was violence. If you begin by violence and cruelty and bloodshed, then you end by violence, bloodshed, and cruelty. So that's a little bit about Emperor Phocas. He was deposed October 5th, 610 AD. And thank goodness he was deposed. He should have been deposed a lot sooner than what he was.